gonna talk about diagnosis of neonatal jaundice with my classmate Ikram Najjar. Let's start with history and physical examination. As you know, we can achieve 60 to 80% of diagnosis through proper history and proper physical examination. We focus on the most important point, we will not talk in details. Start to ask about the time of onset of the jaundice and duration. If it starts in the first 24 hours, it is mostly pathological, such as RH or ABO incompatibility. But when it starts in second or third day, it is physiological jaundice. After 3 days, if it starts after 3 days of neonate life, it will be pathological also, such as sepsis. Then ask about distribution of the jaundice, which starts in the face and progress in cephalocaudal. We can determine the degree through this. Then ask about if there is prodromal symptoms, such as vomiting, diarrhea. This suggests infectious etiology. After that, ask about associated symptoms. If there is a fever, this suggests infectious etiology. If there is an unexplained rash, suggests cholestasis. Then ask about the prenatal history, course of pregnancy, maternal diseases during pregnancy, or drug use, which is important. Then ask about the natal history, if there is birth trauma, and postnatal history. Ask if there is delay in meconium passage, which increase intrahepatic circulation and cause indirect hyperbilirubinemia. Or if there is delay in clamping of umbilical cord, this suggests sepsis. Then ask about the family history, which is important. Ask about the blood group of a maternal and parents' blood group to determine if there is and baby blood group, if there is RH or ABO incompatibility. Ask about hemolytic disorders in the family, which may suggest hemolysis. Then ask about the nutritional history, which is important. If there is a breast milk or breastfeeding jaundice. Then ask about then do physical examination, which include evidence of hepatomegaly and splenomegaly. American Academy of Pediatrics recommended to do physical examination every 8 to 12 hours. See if there is hepatomegaly or splenomegaly, signs of dehydration, which suggests breastfeeding jaundice due to insufficient breast milk, pallor, which suggests hemolysis, and weight loss, which also suggests breastfeeding jaundice due to insufficient breast milk. Then let's move to investigations with my classmate Ikram Najjar.